Nearly every class changes my life a little bit, but in the summer of 2006, my yoga teacher, Rusty Wells, came to Denver and taught by far the most powerful class I've ever taken. He walked in and he was shirtless, he had these short shorts and a tambourine, and he like hit the tambourine and we all sang together, and I'd never sung in a yoga class before. And then he beat us to a pulp. Sweat everywhere. And I remember we went in toward the end of class and he asked us to do 3 really long holds and back bends. And as we came down, Natalie Merchant, Kind and Generous, came on. And he just asked us to consider people in our lives who were worth bending over backwards for and who we were grateful for. And it was the first time I ever cried in a yoga class. And he followed that emotional moment up by playing the Fugees, Killing Me Softly in Shavasana, and the whole room of 100 people sang the entire song with like the whole bridge and wildness in the middle. And I just remembered knowing that he was my teacher and that I'd spend a good portion of my time studying with someone like him. So I'm forever grateful for that day. I have a kind of long list of least favorite yoga poses. It changes, but overall the pose that I seem to struggle with the most often, and the messaging between my 2 ears is the most consistent, is Warrior One, Virabhadrasana A. And I think it's because I never feel like I can get it right. And in my life, I even through exhaustion really pretty much try to be perfect all the time, and it's exhausting. And in this pose, I don't think perfection is attainable for me or maybe anybody. And so I constantly find myself micromanaging my outer hip and my shoulders on my back, and I think it'll be a teacher for me for a real long time. Savasana is the reason I come to yoga class, and falling asleep is like a sweet, sweet gift. Somebody said, wiser than me, perhaps, that falling asleep in Shavasana is a sign that you've worked too hard. So clearly I'm working too hard almost every day of my life, because sleeping in Shavasana is my jam. My favorite thing about Yoga Download is that everyone could or should use it. Everyone from people who travel for work or maybe live in a small town with fewer yoga studios. That's kind of the most obvious. But then, like, when I'm on vacation and I had too much to eat or drink the night before, it's great to wake up and turn it on. I find that my yoga teacher trainees at the river, they take classes to fulfill what they need to do, but also to hone in on like alignment and the specifics of the practice. I can't think of someone that it shouldn't be good for. I don't know if this is everyone's favorite, but it's or hardest, but this is the yoga pose I avoid saying the most often, and it's Pincha Mayurasana. And obviously I didn't struggle then, but my mouth struggles with M's, like Mitsubishi is really hard for me. Pincha Mayurasana is forearm stand.